Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 320. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, this Durham's online community paper, which I invite you to check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side and then join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, etc. So I'm right now on the Word page. I always start by letting you know that city and county programs are in place to help you. For example, if you've fallen behind in your water bill, or if you need help paying your heating bill, if you have problems, eviction notices or whatever. Actually, when it comes to evictions, eviction diversion programs, the city and the county both have their own program. So be sure to check that out at your convenience by going to durhamskywriter.com and then click on the Word page. Okay, also on the Word page is a reminder. Oh, yeah. Yes. Friday is the deadline for the water conservation poster contest for young people from kindergarten to grade 8. And they're welcome to try out their hand at creating beautiful art with the theme. The topic is the power of water. So you should check all of this out on the Word page. It's also listed on the Zoom Kids page as well. So again, Friday is the deadline. Okay. Now that the vaccines are really rolling out now. So let's see, where is it? Go Durham. Where is it? Durham. Go Durham. Let me find it real quick. Go Durham and also Go Triangle. They are offering shared rides from your house to your appointment and back if you're getting your COVID vaccination. So be sure to check that out also on Durham Skywriter page. Okay, now the Durham Technical College's Small Business Center, they have free webinars online. And I actually went ahead and listed some webinars that are happening across the state. I couldn't possibly list them all. So see what I left out by clicking on the link. But let's see what's on the schedule for today, the 24th. There's 3 workshops I'd like to tell you about. From 6 until 8 this evening, how to use YouTube to grow your business. That's a good one. And then from 6 until 8, same time, grow with Google, get your local business, Google search and maps. That's Google search and Google Maps. Again, that's from 6 until 8. These are free, folks. So you might as well just sign up in it because why not? Also tonight, this is from 7 until 8:30, 15 apps to make your small business insane productive. That's quite the claim there, but that is, again, from 7 until 8:30, and it's free. Okay, and I think the Institute also has a workshop happening, and that is going to be tomorrow. So let me scroll down and tell you about that one. The Institute is short for the National Institute of Minority Economic Development. I think they call themselves just the Institute right now. So tomorrow there's going to be a workshop from 10 until 11:30 in the morning. It's called Podcast. Is it right for your business? A lot of people are going into podcasting. So yeah, be sure to check that out. It's free. It's going to be on Zoom. So you can sign up in it and then attend that one. Let me grab some water real quick. My throat is so dry. All right, let's go to the health page, to your health. Okay. So like I promised yesterday, I have a bunch of updates for getting the vaccine for COVID-19 because they're really rolling out now. I was just at Russell's Pharmacy on Andrew and Driver, and they have vaccines. They're not on the list just yet because I have to make sure that they're still offering the vaccine. Some places, it's in short supply. But anyway, so I have this huge list of where you can call and go online and get the COVID-19 vaccine. I got my second shot last Saturday at Southern High School, courtesy Duke. So Duke's on the list, NCCU's on the list, OptumServe is on the list, CVS, Walgreens. So there's all these different places, also Central Pharmacy. And I should probably add Russell's as well. I will check Russell and make sure that they still are offering the vaccinations. Okay, also there's an update. If you have a loved one in one of those long-term care facilities, you can now visit them. You still have to follow their rules and find out if they are indeed letting people visit. But for the most part, the state is saying that you can now visit your loved ones indoors and outdoors. So be sure to check that one out. And I said, oh yeah, let's click blue button. At the top of the health page is the health events button. You click that and find out about the support groups. So let's see who's meeting today. So the Duke Cancer Patient Support Program, they have their LGBTQ plus cancer support group meeting for patients and their families. That's going to be today from 5:30 until 7:30. It's online. So be sure to register and then attend that. Then also, let's see, I think there's one tomorrow. Let's see, let me make sure. No, that's it. That's it for today. All righty. Let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page, the most visited page, according to my analytics. Let's see. Okay, so Nehemiah Christian Center, they're giving away free bag lunches today until 1. They are on Mangum, which is downtown. Also, the East Regional Library. Hey, Guy Cook is waiting in the wings. Be right with you, Guy. The East Regional Library, they're hosting an event today. Tweens and Teens Create Found Poetry. Now, this is super creative. Never heard of it before. And again, I should tell you the time. 3 until 4 is virtual. It's online. It's free. So they're going to teach the young people how to use colored markers on printed materials that nobody wants. So not, important books or anything. But anyway, use colored markers, create their own poems and spoken word pieces. That should be really interesting. But again, it's going to be from 3 until 4, courtesy of the East Regional Library. Okay. Also today, New Visions of Africa will be giving away free meals from 3 until 6. Wear your mask. North Carolina Central University's Rock the Lyceum lecture series will feature Faith Bynum. She's from the class of 2004, and she is a noted financial advisor and entrepreneur. That's going to be from 6 until 8 this evening. Brett's open mic at the Blue Note Grill. That's from 7 until 9. Admission is $5. You can go and play it safe, sit socially distanced, or you can watch from home and then donate that $5 if you care to the musicians. Okay. Now I signed up for this one, although those workshops offered on the Durham Tech Small Business Center under their listings, they all sounded really, but this is really important to me. So check this one out. It's free. So North Carolina State University's Digital Workshop. They're holding a webinar this evening, Dark Web 101, How to Protect Your Identity on the Internet. That's super important because actually I know someone whose identity was stolen and somebody spent some money. Yeah, not a good thing. So anyway, from 7:30 until 8:30, that's going to happen online. You can learn how hackers gain access to data even when we think it's protected. And they also will teach us how security breaches affect us and our ability to protect our identities. And hopefully they'll give us a bunch of tips on how to do so. So following the lesson will be a Q&A session, so you can ask questions. This is going to be a free Zoom event from 7:30 and until 8:30, courtesy North Carolina State University. Okay, that's it for today. Now, tomorrow there's going to be the rabies vaccination clinic, courtesy of the Durham County Sheriff's Office. Morning session 9:30 until 11, afternoon session till 3:30. You call to make your appointment, and then you pay $10 cash, exact change. And I think that's it. The weather is 59. It's supposed to be raining lightly. It's not raining on Cap Street, but Durham is kind of a bigger town, so it might be raining somewhere in Durham. It's going up to 64. It's going to rain for a couple of hours, and then it will be cloudy the rest of the day. Tomorrow it's going to be cloudy just about all day. I don't think it's supposed to rain, but it's going to be 79 degrees. So who cares about rain when it's 79? Speaking of weather, let's see what's going on. Guy's shaking his head. He's in Walla Walla, Washington area. So let's see what the weather is out there. So, Guy.
Yes. Weather. In the 50s. Overcast in the 50s. Going to be
that's fine.
Potential for the rain, but don't expect a lot of rain. I think mostly cloudy because it's less than 50% chance of rain. So that's going to be like after the sun goes down, it might rain a little bit. But the reason I popped in, oh my God, I watched the episode about Durham soup. Wow. I was totally enamored. I was swooned by that speech that Bren did talking about, well, they're going to do a presentation. So in my mind's eye, it means I got your money to spend and time. You said you were going to go to the gig anyway, right?
Oh, yeah. I registered.
So set up your tripod, record the session, and then sell audience participation and give the money back to the winner. So like they're saying now, if you go to the gig, you pay $2 at the door or $5, or I think it was $5, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever wins gets that money to help their project. And that was totally cool. Even the high school kid, I just said, high school kid? Is that sharp? Wow. So
Kids
you hit
are
your
clever.
head on the nail on that one. That was a good one.
And
so
what guys
anybody
talking
that's
about,
watching now.
Wait, let me just say this real quick. For those who are watching who don't know what Guy's talking about, yesterday's show we talked with Bren about the Durham Soup, which is a very special event that's going to happen tomorrow online at 6:30, where 4 budding entrepreneurs will talk about what they want to do, and then the winner will get more than $1,000 because $1,000 is already donated. They will get that plus the donations given by those who are attending.
And the people that select and vote on the winner are the people that are at the event, participating, watching. So how do they do the voting with the virtual participation?
They're going to have breakout sessions apparently, and I'm sure they have some kind of software that will allow them to, allow
she's a junior at Duke. She's probably got the hookup.
Oh, they got that technical
to get the video part of it done. Yeah, that's going to be great. And your question was right on about, well, how many other communities are going to do this? God, I'm so dark.
Wednesday?
I got to turn the garden. It's making me look like Batman.
Oh, your gardening lights.
There.
Oh, there you go.
The gardening is going good. We took some stuff up to the new house where we're moving to. And so I'm sitting there in my mind's eye and I'm describing to the wife. I said, see how the sun's on that side? That's where the tomatoes will go because they need more sun.
Nice.
And then this side over here, I'll probably put cucumbers. There'll just be a vertical cucumber trellis. And somebody told me that have you ever grown zucchini vertically where they climb up the wall or the fence or something?
I have not.
I've never seen them grown that way in all my life.
It could work though. It could definitely work.
It's shouted out on the website on YouTube that you can do it.
Yeah.
But I
would grow yellow squash like that. I would definitely grow yellow squash.
I've seen gourds and yellow squash, like spaghetti squash stuff that's small, grown that way. But even acorn squash, which aren't that big, they're only like this big.
Yeah, I've never grown that. Yeah.
Yeah. Those I've never
seen. Let me invite, we have a couple other viewers, so we can accommodate. yeah, they can click on and join us if you would like to do so.
Sure.
We can accommodate 10 people because I'm using StreamYard. So
Which is
yeah,
a great tool.
yeah, StreamYard's awesome. Now we were talking about kid entrepreneurs. I had mentioned this before, but there was a schooler I was reading about, an Atlanta area kid who he was very serious about his business. He cut lawns. He was
Uh-huh.
meticulous. He was highly sought after, and he made good money, really good money. When school started, this is years ago before COVID. When school started, of course, he had to go to school. He couldn't cut lawns. He hired adults,
To
but
fill
only
in
the
the gap.
best. But only the best. They had to have the same attention to detail that he had.
Right.
So he had adults on his payroll. Can you imagine
Yeah,
your boss being 12 years old
sure.
or 10? Oh
That's
yeah,
how
kids are
entrepreneurs
awesome.
will start at a young age, and
Hmm.
they've more than likely he comes from a family where dad or mom were business people and had their stuff together, so he
Hmm.
knew what to do and what not to do. Because I don't think they teach that in fifth grade.
That's observed. You're right. You're absolutely right. Some kids naturally clever and hardworking and don't get enough credit, but yeah, there are a lot of things that you learn definitely from
Well,
observation. Now, my grandmother was an entrepreneur, so it wasn't weird for me to think of
yeah,
having my, even
and
though with my adult life I did work for, I think when I talk to people who want to start their own businesses, I actually encourage young people to get a job first because I think you need to learn how to work first. A lot of people don't know. They see their parents going off to work, but they never see their parents at work. I got to see my dad at work. I never saw my mom at work.
yeah,
But
that one day a year when take kids to work, that don't work too well.
well, actually, my dad took me to work before that even
Oh,
started, just to show me the office. But what I tell budding entrepreneurs, it's good to get a job first because it's good to know what the pressure feels like, where your boss wants you to do things. He wants to work. Sometimes you don't want to go to work. Sometimes you're mad because you only get an hour for lunch. You have
yeah,
to know that pressure and you have to know what it takes to hold a job. Because I have seen entrepreneurs take 4-hour lunches
oh
because
yeah.
it's like, hey, boss, I can do whatever I want. And that's fine if you're, I mean, yeah, I mean, if your job can
See,
withstand
when you
that time
use the
off.
word
Sure.
entrepreneur, I use the word dictator. So
I don't like that
when
word
I
at all.
take, yeah, but I know it's a negative word, but
I mean, I
when
know
I
you're
take,
being
they
cute with
say,
it,
but
but
they say to me, well, why did you take a 3 hour lunch and you went fishing and everything? I said, because I'm the dictator.
yeah,
I
I
said,
guess.
you know,
Anyway,
when there's a dictatorship, it's just a one person rule. I haven't found another
yeah,
word that fits better than that. But speaking of
yeah.
taking kids to work, and you wanted to show kids the office, true,
Hmm.
true story. So in about 1980, gosh, six, it was before I was married. So 85, 86. Oh, late 86, early 87.
Hmm.
My daughter went to work with me. And the general manager of the radio station where I worked, selling advertising, imagine that.
Hmm.
He's given Scooter the tour of the station.
Scooter.
Yeah, well, that's her nickname. You know, when little kids are little ittle bitty infants before they can crawl, she would lay
Yeah.
on her back and push with her feet and go right across the tile floor. And so my dad says, boy, she's quite the Scooter.
Oh,
And the
Scooter.
name
Oh, okay.
stuck.
Cute.
So she goes into this radio station, and Steve's walking her through the station and says, so he's really bad with remembering names. So he just says, come on, sweetheart. I want to show you this is the control room. And she stops him. You can call me sweetheart, but don't follow me home. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
the same
cute.
look I had on my face. I
Where'd you
and
get
I
that
think
from?
Oh gosh, it was just total embarrassment. I'm
That's
sure I turned it.
hilarious.
See that red on that shirt you're wearing? That's about the color I. Yeah, that was a doozy. But anyway,
I inter- Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
the soup thing. If you can get
Mhm.
get a copy of the recording, or go to the online thing and use Screencast-O-Matic or a
Mhm.
Mac program and record the whole thing, and then get permission to replay it. Um, that would be gravy on the potatoes. I think you could just put a little teaser up there. You know, we talked about this on the 23rd. Here's a sample of what it's about. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd probably have to ask permission, but yeah,
Yeah, because
why
I'm
not?
sure with them paying money to go to it, there's
Mhm.
some sort of a, you have to pay admission to go see it.
Mhm.
Then
'Cause, again, like we're talking about identities and protecting people, so
right,
they probably don't want to be
that'll be a
recorded
good show.
out there.
I can remember a guy. I met a guy once from Kansas City, and this is back in the Google Plus days years ago, and
Mhm.
we talked forever. He went to Paris, France, with his wife as part of a. She worked for some big perfume company, and they went over there.
Mhm.
And that's when we found out this whole time that he'd been in Google Plus talking with everybody and doing the website stuff and everything was all fake identity. It was not him. It's just like Clark
Mhm.
Kent, but he was really Superman. Well,
Yeah.
all we knew of him was Clark Kent. We never knew that he was
Mhm.
somebody else. And then we finally figured it out, and I quit following him. I said, if he's going to come in here, say who he is. You
Yeah.
know,
I found out it was a popular air personality in Chicago. I, I think it was Jay Johnson or Jay Johnston. But anyway,
yeah.
I found out because I was a total radio nerd growing up, and I found out that many air personalities take that name. That is the most popular name. Is Jay Johnson or
Oh
Johnston,
wow, yeah.
and many people use fake names when they're on the radio, and that was the most popular
Oh,
one.
so they don't have to change their home phone number.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
people. I don't.
yeah.
Why would they want to?
One time on the Johnny Carson show. Remember that years ago?
Sure.
He was interviewing Spock, Leonard Nimoy. So he
Hmm.
says, "Well, what's the first thing you realized when you found out that Star Trek was going to take off?" And Leonard Nimoy says, I never realized the value of an unlisted phone number till that day. And then when the phone calls
Good
started
point.
coming in, that's when I
Hmm.
decided you need to get an unlisted number, Leonard. This is going to just not go away.
Hmm.
And so, and then the other time I heard about secret identity was that when you win the lottery, the
Oh
first
yeah.
thing that you buy, okay, you got all this big stack of money. What's the first thing you buy? And
Uh, uh,
you're gonna go, yeah, okay.
I
An,
don't
an
know.
answer machine for your phone, so that
Answer
when all
machine sounds so 1982.
yeah, well, this was a long time ago when somebody
Oh.
said this,
Oh.
but
Okay.
that was so that you could have all those cousins that would suddenly appear out of nowhere, saying, "Hey, I could use a loan," or whatever they'd say.
Oh,
I don't know, but anyway, that's what Butch said. The first thing you buy is an answer machine because the phone rings a lot.
yeah.
So if
Interesting.
you're a celebrity and you get onto a Star Trek television show someday, I mean, it could happen. The soup thing could sure tail you right in there.
Well, what do you think of this? After this, I got to go.
Okay,
The idea of this cybersecurity, because I think we should all learn how to protect our identities, right?
two thumbs up. Just a second, I got to turn off the alarm. You got to
Yeah.
go, and I got to go.
Okay.
That's the new Nagamatic. It doesn't tell me jokes, but it says, "Hey, it's 9:25." And then I got to wrestle with, why did I set an alarm for 9:25? I must have to. I'll go ask the wife.
Must have to do something important.
Yeah, yeah. There's some. I think this is an alarm I set like a couple of days ago, and I've just never turned it off. because I just, once I turn it off on the phone, then it just sits there and waits till tomorrow. So if I don't go into the application clock and do all that,
literally. Yeah.
it won't go away. So anyway, have fun with that. Well,
Okay, guys.
you know, I mentioned to you the other day about Brand 24.
Sure.
I found out some more things about Brand 24. I'm liking it even better. You can select, like if you had Durham Skywriter Facebook pages times 8, like you managed 8 different pages on Facebook. I know you don't, but if you did, and they all mentioned this show, okay, you can put that into your analytics on Brand 24 and it will track when you had the hashtag DurhamSkywriter@gmail.com or whatever came up, it would count that. Yeah. So every shout out you give for the email address, every shout out you give for Durham Soup, okay, you could just do a quick, hey, how many times did Durham Soup mention happen as a result of being on Durham Skywriter show? You could track that.
Okay.
So then
and folks, talking about another app, talked about another couple days ago, Brand 24, which is $1 a month. Very useful app for tracking.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. It's heavy lifting, but it's way good. I'm up to the advertising value equivalent. Last time I checked, I think yesterday, I'm up to $17,000 of just doing. It doesn't cost me anything, but if I did it in conventional media like radio, TV, newsprint, it would be about $17,000 to get that many shout outs, that many recognition of the name Guy R. Cook, you know. And you notice I type in my name, Guy Cook, on the StreamYard. Duh.
Why not R? What happened to the R?
I don't know. I didn't put it in, I suspect. I think that's just a matter of operator error. So, so that the 9:25 alarm doesn't nag me too much more, we're going to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Guy. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Okay, so that for today's show, just know that I do Bull City Hangout weekdays at noon, Saturdays at 10. I invite you to drop in like Guy did and just, promote, talk, share ideas, etc. Let's see, that is it. The weather is, again, it's 59, light rain. It's going up to 64. It's going to be cloudy the rest of the afternoon after a couple of hours of rain, and then tomorrow, 79 and cloudy. So I will see you tomorrow. Ciao for now. I will see you at noon.